come
For
in.
104, what a specific amount of money. For 104, story of your favorite class you took in university or college for those who went and why.
Ooh.
My film teacher from in university, terrific guy, named Mitch, learned a lot about cinema, specifically Canadian cinema, from him. But I did a summer course called The End of the World, The Apocalypse on Film.
Ooh.
And it was all about, you did not crash. But
No.
the overlay just stuck for a second.
Yeah, it's dropping frames occasionally, but I'm keeping it on the road.
Nice. And it was all about End of the World. How did you find a picture of my professor that quickly? I didn't even give you his last name. How do you find it? I haven't seen this man in like 10 years. How did you find a picture of Mitch Perry that quickly? Wow.
I'm telling you, ask who is on the ship.
That's freaky. Anyway, it was a great class. It was about, you just unplugged something you definitely should not have unplugged. Our preview just went away, Joe. Anyway, it was about apocalypse movies. It was about the end of the world and how it's shown on film, including.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear what they used to cover that.
Well, there's a terrific Canadian film called Last Night.
Okay.
Which is very, very good. It's about it's just people dealing with the end of the world. It's the setup is it's the last night. That's some sort of broadly unnamed, only vaguely described, probably celestial apocalypse scenario, but everyone's known about it for a long time.
Okay.
And so this is after everyone's been dealing with like the panic or the debauchery or the whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, now what happens on our last night? And it's a really interesting movie. It's very, very good.
I like the take of like, but it's been known about for a while.
Yeah.
Because usually when something tackles that conceit, it's like, oh, like it's going to be in 24 hours or 48 hours. Like it's all about going through the stages very quickly, or the panic or the debauchery.
And it follows a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Talking about Last Night?
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a good movie. Cronenberg has an amazing cameo in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
And there's one character who works for the electric company, and they spend the whole time. They're the only one in the office.
Yeah.
And they just phone all the people and leave messages being like, we're going to keep the service online for as long as we can for tonight. Thank you for being a customer for all these years. We really appreciate it. And then phoning the next person.
Wow.
And just sort of like, it's how they've decided to deal with it, basically. Anyway.
I love that they never explain what's causing the end of the world.
Yeah.
It's just like it's always sunlight, and you're like, that means there's something really bad happening.
Yeah.
Oh, right. It's never nighttime.
It's
in
never
the movie,
nighttime, yeah.
But my favorite part about that whole class was him talking, was the teacher, Mitch, talking about I want to get the quote right, because he was talking about Armageddon and Deep Impact.
Ooh, yeah.
Because those were two very similarly themed movies that came out in the same year.
Yep.
And it was both meteors coming to destroy the world films.
Only one of those is a Criterion film.
And and he described Armageddon as the carob nut cluster to Deep Impact's rich dark chocolate.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm sure he'll be very excited that there's a new. What the hell is the guy's name? The director's name?
Oh, the guy who directed Last Night?
No, who directed Deep Impact and the Day After Tomorrow and. He's got that new ridiculous Roland Emmerich. There's a new Roland Emmerich movie coming out that looks equally madness. Yeah.
My favorite thing about the Moonfall trailer is that it's like the moon is going to crash into Earth, and that's not epic enough. So also there's aliens or something.
There's
it's
something
like,
in the
what?
moon?
Is that? Why do we need that extra bit?
Yeah.
I really felt like we got it the first try there.
So that was great.
Yeah.
My other fun story is that before legalization at university, there was a a 420 club
Oh, yes.
that would meet every Wednesday in a giant circle in the middle of the field.
Oh yeah, I remember that because I had classes at 4:30.
Yeah, so
So you'd always see
my
it.
film class was at 4:30, and a friend of mine from the class showed up late to class that day because she had decided to partake very heavily of that on the way to class, came in, sat down beside me, and had clearly gone a little too hard, and that was the day we were watching The Cell.
Oh, yeah.
She had a bad time.
Shout out Tarsum.
Good old Tarsum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoo boy.
For anyone who's seen The Cell.
It's a lot.
Memorable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the horsey.
It does very much feel like two movies kind of mashed together, though. Mm-hmm. But his Tarsum's follow-up, though, The Fall.
The Fall. Yeah, with Lee Pace.
With Lee Pace. Oh,
Yeah.
with the extremely beautiful Lee Pace.
It is infuriatingly pretty.
That movie is incredible.
So infuriatingly
If you
pretty.
haven't seen The Fall, it's one of the most visually gorgeous movies I've ever seen. And they go out of their way to not use CG for a ton of stuff. It has one of the best like match cut fades I've ever seen. To the point that I bought I love that movie so much that I spent an unreasonable amount of money on the photo book from it. A large format photo book that was, as far as I'm aware, never actually physically for sale.
Really?
Yeah.
So did you ever see Immortals, though?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I don't think
Like-
Turds his best work though.
It's
Like,
not
I
his
don't think it was
best
his
work.
best work, but it was pretty sweet.
He
It was
did interesting
pretty.
things with it. Yeah, like
Yeah.
the fact that it was marketed as kind of like a mass action-y kind of movie, and then people went to go
Yeah.
see it and they're like, "What am I watching?"
I didn't realize it was him initially from the first trailers.
Yeah, no, I didn't
Oh,
either.
okay, yeah.
So is that like that's the next like Marvel wave, right?
Oh.
Is
Getting Tarsum to do you mean like I think you mean like getting Tarsum to do an MCU movie, or you
Yeah.
mean like going into like the
Yeah.
even more celestial
yeah,
creatures?
yeah. No. Like I guess both. Yeah.
That'd be sweet too.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah. I'm on board for either of those things.
Well, I was pretty shocked that they, picked who they picked for Thor 3, right? Like it seemed
Yeah.
like they seemed to let him have a lot of visual at least.
Oh yeah. No, Thor Ragnarok is
Oh, it's so good.
incredible.
Yeah.
Such a masterpiece. But it was definitely one of those like, that seems like a weird choice, but okay. And then as soon as the trailer dropped, it was like,
I'm here.
okay, like let's go.
I think a Tarsum movie, Marvel movie, might make people real angry.
I'll buy 10 tickets right now. I'm all the way in on Tarsum. Like I said, like I bought that book. It's literally not for sale. It was a book that was printed and produced for the production crew. So there are very few copies of it online. I just went down to my local bookstore, Pulp Fiction Books in Vancouver, who are incredible, and very kindly asked Chris there, who I know, basically, keep an eye out if you see one of these in the used market for under this amount, because I will buy that immediately. And it took a while, but it happened. It is one of my most prized possessions.
It's amazing. Yeah.